y equals to 2x plus 1. Y equals to x. Y equals to x square. I have written 4 equations, right? I have written 4 equations. Can you see?
Yes, sir.
These 4 equations all are relations. What is meant by relations? Relation between x and y. Relation between x and y. Have you got it? Relation between x and y. But are they functions? Question is, are they functions?
Sir, can you explain the term function again? Function is kunta function.
I did not define function yet.
Oh.
I'm telling all of them are relations. This is a function. This is a function. This is a function. But this is not a function. My question is that why number 4 is not a function? But why the first 3 are functions? I am telling all of them are relations. Out of these 4, the first 3 are functions, but this is not a function. Why it is happening? Okay. You see, for number 1, please try to understand. For number 1, if I go for drawing a table, number 1, you see, suppose it is x, it is y, right? If it is taken 1, x equals to 1, I am going for number 1. X equals to 1, then y equals to what? 3. If I take x equals to 10, then y equals to what? 21. Talk to me.
Yes, sir.
Oh, what you are getting here? 1, 3, 10,
21.
21. Right? So, okay, we are getting it as it is a set. Have you seen? Suppose we are getting it. Suppose. Number 2, it is x, it is y. If I take here 1, it is 1. If I take 2, it is 2. Right? So what you are getting here? 1, 1, 2, 2. Is it?
Yes, sir.
For number 3, we are getting it is 2, then it is 4. If I take minus 2, it is also 4. Is it? So we are getting here 2 comma 4 minus 2 comma 4. Number
স্যার
4.
আমরা কি এক্স এর ভ্যালু যা ইচ্ছা তা ধরতেছি?
Yes, you're right. Number 4. Y square equals to x. From here we get y equals to plus minus root over x. So we are getting y. Take x equals to 4. We are getting what? Plus minus 2. Right? If I get 9, we are getting plus minus 3. So we are getting here s equals to 4 comma 2, 4 comma minus 2, 9 comma 3, 9 comma minus 3. Okay. Are you getting it?
Yes, sir.
So why
Can
is number 4 not a function?
I'm going to describe that. Can you see the difference? What is the difference here?
Sir, for x there is two values of y.
You see, in number 4, the first element are same. In number 4, we are getting the two ordered pairs, where the first elements are same. But in other 3, you see the first elements are different. The first elements are different. The first elements are different. Have you got me? You see the differences. Actually, what is happening here? In number 4, we are getting the first element same. If we see in a relation, okay, the first elements, okay, of the ordered pair, I repeat, if it is seen that in a relation, they are relations, all of them are relations between x and y. If the first elements of the ordered pairs are same, then it's not a function. Please talk to me. If the first elements of the ordered pairs are same, then it is not a function. Please try to understand. I have given 4 examples. You or I cannot make for the first 3 the first element same. We cannot get it. If we take 1 again, you will always get 3. If I take 1 again, we'll get always 3. If I take 1, we'll get always 1. If I take 2, we'll always get 4. But if I take here 4, we'll get 2 values. For 4, it is 2. For 4, it is minus 2. Okay. So what is the definition? You write down. in a relation if the first element of the ordered pairs. You know the ordered pairs, right?
So
Can you see
ordered
the
pairs মানে
ordered pair means okay. Ordered pairs means these are the ordered pairs where x and y. Suppose x equals to 2, y equals to 3. We can write x comma y equals to 2 comma 3. For this first one, this is first one. For second one, this is second one. This is called ordered pair. Okay. If the first element of the first elements of the ordered pairs are repeated, then it's not a function. Everything in your life is a function. What you do, what you think, okay, all are functions. You understand? Suppose you have applied force, and by applying force, you have suppose you have applied force, and for applied force, you have gone to, I mean, one step, okay, or you have pushed this duster. Here, pushing means force, and by applying force, you have made a displacement of a duster of suppose 2 feet. 2 feet. This is a function. Okay? That means function means what? Write down y is a y equals to fx. Y is a function of x. Here y, you see here y equals sign means is. Y is equal only one f. For this I have written a, f for function, of means bracket, this is x. So y is a function of x. Y is called the function of x. Write down x is independent and y is dependent. That means what you want you can let as x, but y is not that. Y depends on x. Okay? Y will depend on x. What you will let x, upon that y will depend. For this Pathas, you told that what you want for x you can let. Can you remember? So x is called independent, y is called dependent. It is called domain,
so
and
that means we
it is called range. Okay, X is called domain and Y is called range. Please try to understand. So function, I think you have come to know.
So I have a
Function,
question.
yes,
So that means we can take x any value we want.
yes, you're right. But there is something, some questions. There are something else. Now, what is domain? Domain means what? Range means what? Suppose this is 1, 2, 3. Okay, this is 5, 10, 15. Here, for 1 it is 5, for 2 it is 10, for 3 it is 15. So we are getting it is A, it is B, it is A to B. We are getting 1, 5, 2, 10, 3, 15. Actually, what we are getting here? Here, the sets of A equals to what? Let me know. 1, 2, 3.
Domain, sir.
Yes, these are the elements of the domain. B equals to what? 5, 10, 15. These are the range.
Range,
Okay.
sir. Yes, sir.
So the first elements 1 to 3, the first elements x, all are x, right? Normally it is what? Suppose it is 1, comma 5. Value of x is 1. Here value of x is 2. Value of x is 3. So values of x are domain and values of y are range. Okay. Now I'm going to describe function a lot afterwards. Domain. What is domain? What is meant by domain of a function? Write down those values of x are domain for which fx is defined. Y equals to fx. Here x is domain. I told you y is
Range,
range.
sir.
That means what's about fx? Fx is also range. Please try to understand. X is domain, but y is range. So what is the value of y? Y is fx. So fx is also called here range. That means x comma fx. If it is an ordered pair, then this is domain and this is range. Please try to understand. I mean, we are habituated writing x comma y. So what is the value of y? Let me know. What is the value of y? Fx, right? What is the value of y? Fx. So we are getting it is domain and y is range. So y is what? Fx. So fx is range. It is domain, and it is range. But I have written here something else. Please give emphasis where fx is defined. What is meant by this? Suppose fx equals to 1 by x. What is the domain of the function? If I let f of 0 equals to what? 1 by 0 equals to?
0, sir.
Are you sure? Are you
Yes,
sure?
sir.
Please, can we use?
Whenever it is 0, that means তো sir 0 হবে.
Okay, you calculate. Take out your calculator.
Sir, undefined আসছে Matthew wrote.
Okay,
Yes, sir.
it is undefined. But I wrote here defined. So here x is not equal to 0.
Yes, sir.
Okay, if
Yes,
x is
sir.
taken as by 0, if x is 0, it is 1 by 0, it is undefined. So what I wrote, those values of x are domain for which fx is defined. So can
That
I
means sir,
tell?
all real numbers excluding 0, sir.
You're absolutely right. So dome of f equals to all real number but not 0. Excluding 0, all the real numbers are called the domain. Dome, domain of the function. Have you got me?
Yes, sir.
স্যার আরেকবার মানে একটু বুঝাবেন স্যার, এটা একটু ছোট করে।
Okay. Question is fx equals to 1 by x minus 2. What is the domain?
ইয়েস স্যার, এক্স না মানে এক্স তো ডোমেন।
It belongs to R. If and only if. I double F means if and only if
আর
x
মানে কি?
real number,
ও ইয়েস স্যার।
x minus 2 is not equal to 0. Right? Denominator is never 0.
ইয়েস
For
স্যার।
fraction, the denominator will never be 0.
0।
Yes, sir.
So that is, we are getting x is
X
not
equal
equal,
to 2.
right?
Yes, sir.
Domain is equal to
Real
a real number
minus 2.
difference to except to all other real numbers. Talk to me.
Yes, sir.
Is it okay?
স্যার ডোমেন ইজ ইকুয়াল টু আর মাইনাস 2 মানে স্যার এই লাইনটা মানে
It means domain means what? All
এক্স।
value or of real number but not 2. Because if 2 is taken, we are getting what? For 2, if I take 2, put the value 1 by 2 minus 2.
0।
That means 1 by 0. That is undefined. Okay.
ও ইয়েস
So
স্যার।
in the definition I told, fx will be defined. But here fx is undefined. For which value fx is undefined? When x equals to 2, then fx is undefined. Right?
ইয়েস স্যার।
So 2 will not be accepted as domain. In the definition, please see the definition. Those values of x are domain for which fx is defined. But here fx is not defined for 2. So in the domain, 2 will be omitted. 2 will not be included. That is 2 is excluded. So all the real numbers except 2. Have you got it?
Yes, sir.
ইয়েস স্যার।
Suppose another math is given. fx equals to x minus 2 for x plus 1. What is the domain? You should write write what I am going to write down, because it is your question, it is your math. It will be given in the exam of 2 marks. What is the domain? Write down belongs to R if and only if. Okay, for fraction, you will give emphasis on denominator. If and if for x plus 1 is not equal to 0. From here we can write x is not equal to minus 1 by 4. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
So what is the domain of the function?
Real
So
number difference minus 1 by 4.
domain all real numbers difference minus 1 by 4. This is the domain. Have you got it?
Yes, sir.
Fx is equal to 1 by 3x minus 6 whole square. What is the domain?
স্যার এখানে যে লিখছে r মাইনাস ইনভার্স 1/4 এর ভ্যালুটা অ্যানসার কি ভ্যালু 1 বাই মাইনাস ইনভার্স 1/4 নাকি r মাইনাস তারপর ইনভার্স 1/4 মানে অ্যানসারটা কি স্যার এক্স্যাক্টলি?
This is the answer.
এই পুরোটাই স্যার রিয়েল নাম্বার এর সহ?
All real numbers, but not minus 1 by 4.
ও আচ্ছা, এটার জন্য স্যার রিয়েল
Sir,
নাম্বার মাইনাস। স্যার
Yes.
the domain
Don't
of f of x is all real number minus 2.
only 2, huh?
Yes.
So what will you write down? Belongs to R if and only if the denominator is not equal to 0. Condition is denominator will not be 0. ঠিক আছে? So we can write here 3x minus 6 not equal to 0. That is, we can write here x is not equal to 2. Right? So what is the domain here? Domain f is equal to all real number difference 2. Okay? Have you got it?
ইয়েস স্যার।
So if any fraction is given, I think you can find out. Okay, very good. Fx equals to 1 by x square minus 5x plus 6. What is the domain of the function? Belongs to R if and only if. What is the definition? I told you. X square minus 5x plus 6 is not equal to 0. So if I calculate it, we'll get x minus 2, x minus 3 is not equal to 0. Right? That means x minus 2 not equal to 0, x minus 3 not equal to 0. That is, x is not equal to 2, x is not equal to 3. Is it? So we can write here domain of the function all real numbers difference 2. Have you got me?
Yes, sir.
If we let 2, we will get 1 by 0. If we let x equals to 3, we will get 1 by 0. You can put here. You see, you see please, what is f of 2? What is f of 2? 1 by 2 square minus 5 to the 10 plus 6. We are getting 1 by 0. That is undefined. So fx is not defined for x equals to 2. Similarly, if I take 3, x equals to, we'll get 3 square minus 15 plus 6. And we are again getting 1 by 0. So for 2 and for 3, fx for x equals to 2 and x equals to 3, fx is undefined. Is undefined. Okay, if fx is undefined, then the value we have let for x will not be domain. Okay, what is the condition of domain? Domain is that for which fx is defined. But for some cases, we see that fx is undefined. In that case, the values of x or those values of x won't be accepted as domain. Have you got it? The domain?
Yes,
Suppose
sir.
I am going to write down fx equals to 2x plus 1. What is the domain?
Real number minus 0, sir.
Can you please find out any value of x for which fx is undefined? Can you find any value of x for which fx is undefined? No, we cannot. Suppose f of 0, it is what? 1. F of 1, it is 3. F of 10, 21. F of minus 1, minus 2 plus 1, minus 1. You see, we don't have any value of x for which we get fx is undefined. We don't have any value. Can you tell me any value of x where fx will be undefined? No, you cannot. It will be undefined then if there is any fraction. If it was like this, then we could tell it. I am going to that question. So here you have to write down for any x belongs to R, fx is defined. Therefore, dom f is equal to only R. Math is done.
Sir.
Have you got it?
Yes, sir. So I have a question.
Yes, we don't have any x where we can prove fx is undefined. So all the real numbers are the domain. Let me know.
Sir, unless it's a fraction, all real numbers are f of x, right? I mean,
You're right. Yes, you're right.
it can
But
only be undefined only when it's a fraction.
there is another option. It is not the last, okay? Suppose fx equals to this. Now what is the domain? What is the condition? That the denominator is never 0. That is, x is not equal to minus half. So here the domain is all real numbers, difference.
Minus half.
So actually we have condition on fraction. Have you got me? What is the condition? We have always a condition on fraction in the denominator. Okay? There is another condition. What is meant by this? What is meant by this?
Root over x, sir.
It is always positive.
Is the root x, na, sir?
Yeah, root x is always positive.
Yes, sir.
What is the value of root 4?
So 2.
Only 2. I told you always
Positive.
positive, but don't
Yes.
say it is plus minus 2. What is root over 9?
3,
It
which
is
is
always
also positive.
always positive. But with the people have tendency to write down, suppose, sorry, with the people have tendency to write down x square equals to 4, we write down x equals to plus minus 2, it is right. X square equals to 4, we write down x equals to root 4, we write down x equals to plus minus 2, it is wrong. This procedure is wrong. It is right. Again, we have x square equals to 4, x equals to root 4, x equals to 2. It is right. Please see what I have written. Or we can write here x square equals to 4, x equals to plus minus root 4, then x equals to plus minus 2. It is also right.
So all of these are right.
This is not right.
Yes, except that all the others are right.
Yes. Have you got it?
Yes, sir.
Very good. Suppose fx equals to root over x minus 1. What is the domain? What is the domain?
So I'm finding out, sir.
How you will find?
Oh,
What is the way? You don't know. Please look at the board. Write down at first. Belongs to R. If and only if. By the way, to do this math, you have to know something. Suppose x square plus 4 equals to 0. Can you please let me know what is the value of x? Talk to me.
2, sir.
so 2. No,
Are you
sir.
sure?
Second, minus 4. It's a math error, it says. Plus my,
Root over-
oh,
What is the value of root over minus 4? Can you use the calculator?
say math error, it says.
It is undefined. Is it?
So, sir, yes, sir. So
Because,
whatever the,
let me know, let me finish. Because we know all the square numbers are positive. It is a square number, but it is negative. Okay? At, what is meant by this? That we have come to know we don't get any value like this root over minus 1, root over minus 2, root over minus 4, root over minus 10. Those have no value. Right? Is it? Can you find the value? Root over minus 3? We don't have any value. Can you find root over minus 6? We don't have any value. Right?
yes, sir.
That means in the square root, we must not have any negative value. Right? I mean, x minus 1, this part inside the square root will always be greater than or equal to 0. Am I right? This part cannot be less than 0. That I told you, this is not possible. I told you this is not possible, right? So inside the a square root, what we will get is always greater than 0. That means that is x is greater than 1. Any value of x greater than 1, greater than or equal to 1. So here domain is, write down, domain is,
So why did you write greater or equal instead of not equal?
there is no, not equal will be applicable for fraction.
And so for non-fractions, it will always be, sir.
But for a square root, it will be always greater than or equal to 0. It is not possible because it is negative. But it is possible because it is positive. It is possible to find out. It is possible to find out. Okay? But anything negative inside the square root is not possible. So it will be greater than or equal to 0.
So it's
Negative
for
is,
all the negatives.
let me know, x less than 0 is impossible inside the square root. Okay?
Yes. So sir,
Anyway,
it
so
will be all negative terms. Negative
yes,
terms only, greater or equal.
domain equals to x, write down, where x belongs to R and x is greater than or equal to 1. This is the domain. If anywhere you see this sign greater than or less than, or greater than equal or less than equal, then your answer is to be written like this. Okay, I am giving you another example. Suppose you are given, can you find the domain of the function? Belongs to R, if and only what I told you, inside the square root will always be greater than equal to 0. Can you please remember? That means 2, is it? From here we can write down. So what is domain? R, but here we have to write what I told you in this way. X belongs to R and this is the domain. Okay, now we are going to prove it. I think I've copied it. Suppose x less than equal to 2. Very good. F is less than equal to 2. So take 2. What is the value? 2 minus 2 equals to what? 0. Less than 2, you let a value 1. 2 minus 1, we are getting 1. You see, they are defined. All the values are defined. Very good. You take any value which is greater than 2. Suppose f is equal to 5. What is the value? 2 minus 5 equals to what? Root over undefined. That means this value is greater than 2. For this, it is undefined. Because in the answer, we have less than 2. But the value we have taken which is greater than 2. For this, we have failed to find out. But when I took x equals to 2, x equals to 2, or x less than 2, 1 is less than 2. So in that case, we could find the value. But when we are taking any value which is greater than 2, we are absolutely wrong to determine the value. Find it. What is the domain?
Sir, I'm gonna
Belongs to R.
one
Okay,
one
it
if and
belongs
only
to R. If and only if,
1 minus 5x
if and only if 1 minus 5x
greater or
is
equal than 0.
or
1
1
by 5,
is,
sir.
is it?
Yes, sir.
From here we can write fx, right? So
Yes,
we
sir.
are getting
1 by 5.
1 by 5, right? So we can
Yes,
write
sir.
down here domain is equal to x, x belongs to R, and x is less than equal to 1 by 5. Have you got it? These are the ways how we can determine the domain. You see, determining domain, we have only two obligations. Number one for fraction, denominator is not equal to 0, right? Number two for root x is greater than equal to 0. It may be root over x minus 2, then it will be, have you got it? So we have two obligations to determine the domain. If you see anywhere there is a fraction, then the denominator is never 0. If you see any square root, then the terms inside the square root will be greater than or equal to 0. Okay?
স্যার
Have you got it? Yes.
আচ্ছা স্যার আগের ম্যাথে স্যার ওই ইকুয়েশনটা স্যার আবার করবেন ওই যে 1 minus 5x greater or equal to 0 ওই ইকুয়েশনটা আবার করবেন মানে 1 by 5 যেভাবে আসছে
It is fx equals to what was given?
স্যার
1 minus
মানে
5.
root over 1
Is it?
minus 5x
Is it?
yes sir
If and only if
1 minus 5x greater
1
or equal
minus 5x greater than equal to
0
okay.
স্যার এটা এটা আমি স্যার দেখে নেই হ্যাঁ
Now take out book.
yes স্যার বুঝছি স্যার
We have a lot of maths. It will take, I don't know how many days, how many years it will take to finish this exercise. Okay, take out book. Go to question number 8. Question number 8, exercise 1.2. Question number 8. Are you there?
yes sir
Number 1. It is given s equals to 1, 5, 2, 10, 3, 15, 4, 20. Question number I. You see at first, find the domain, range, and inverse relation of the given relation. What I told you for domain, what was told? For domain, what was told? Can you please tell me? Question number 1, what is told here? To find out the domain, write down. What I told for domain, the first elements of the ordered pair, right? So what are the first elements? Let me know. 1, 2, 3, 4. Have you got it? What are the first elements of the domain? Talk to me. Range. What is range? The second elements. What are the second elements? 5, 10, 15, 20. Talk to me. Is it?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Then it is told find inverse relation. Inverse relation, comma. This is called inverse relation. Inverse relation means what? Domain will be range, range will be domain. You see, it is 1, 5, then it will be 5, 1. It is 2, 10, it will be 10, 2. It is 3, 15, it will be 15, 3. It is 4, 20, now it will be 24. This is called inverse relation. Number 2, ascertain whether relations S and S inverse are function. Number 2. Now the question is it a function or is it a function? It is my question to you. Is it a function? Is it a function? You see, to determine whether it is a function or not,
Yes,
you
sir.
have to give emphasis on the first elements. Here the first elements are 1, 2,
3,
3,
4.
4. They are not repeated. Here 5, 10, 15, 20. They are not repeated. Write down. It is seen that, okay, in the relation S, the first elements of the ordered pairs are not repeated. Okay, therefore S is a function. Talk to me. Have you got it? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
Now you have to determine whether this S prime is a function or not. Again you write down, again you write down again. It is seen that in the relation S inverse, the first elements of the ordered pairs are not repeated. So S inverse is a function. In the question number 2, it is told ascertain whether relations S or S inverse are functions or not. So we have ascertained that S is a function as well as S inverse is also a function. I think you have got it. Hello, talk to me. Question number 3 of 8. What is told here? You see, one, two, three, 4. Then it is 5, 10, 15, 20. What is told here? Suppose it is A and it is B. For 1 it is 5, right? 10, 15. Is it? So we are getting one value of Y for one value of X. If we get a value of Y for a certain value of X, then it is called 1-1 relation. It is called 1-1 relation. 1-1 means what? You will get a value of X, suppose X equals to 1, Y equals to 2. This is called 1-1. For 1, we are getting 2. Here for 1, we are getting 5. For 1, we are not getting 10. So we are getting only one value of Y for one value of X. For a certain value of X, we are getting a certain value of Y. In that case, it is called 1-1 relation. Have you got it? Here S is a, write down, S is a 1-1 relation. 1-1 relation means, have you got me? For a certain value of X, there will be a certain value of Y. It is called a 1-1 relation. We have not got any two values for which we will get one value. Okay? Have you got me? But for here, you see, here we are getting 5, 10, 15, 20. Here 1, 2, 3, 4. It is S inverse. It was for S and it was for S inverse. For 5 it is 1, for 10 it is 2, for 15 it is 3, for 20 it is 4. Suppose it is A, it is B. So we see for one value of X, we have got one value of Y. One value of X, we have got one value of Y. We are not getting two values. Okay? So we can call S inverse is also a relation. Write down. S inverse is a 1-1 relation. 1-1 relation. Now please talk to me, all of you. Have you got it or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, we are going to do question number 2. For doing question number 2, you have to write down what is given. I have done 8-1, now it is 8-2. What is the question of 8-2? S equal to minus 3, 8, minus 2, 3, minus 1, 0, 0, minus 1, then 1, 0, 2, 3, 3, 8. Okay. At plus find out domain. What is the domain? You write down. What is domain? The first elements, right? So what are the first elements? Let me know.
-3, -2, -1, 0, 1, 2, 3.
So we have found the domain of the relation. Now let me know what is the range. Let me know. Range is, okay. It is range, not ranges. It is range of S. What is the range? Who wants to tell me?
8, 3,
Wait,
0,
wait. 8,
3,
then 3,
0,
0,
-1,
minus 1.
3, 3.
But some of you may demand why these are not written. 032, 038. We are not going to write down this 038 because they have already been taken. Have you seen? What should be here? 8, 3, 0, minus 1, 0, 3, 8. But in the set, we see they are repeated. Have you seen? So in a set, we don't write down the elements which are repeated. Have you got me? Okay. So it is our range. Perhaps you are not getting me. Suppose we have 1, 2, and we have 2, 3. If we go for finding union of the sets, will I write or do I write this? We don't write it. Do I write 2 times? No, we don't write. What we write? We write 2 1 time. Is it? Regarding this, we have not taken 038. Now let me know. Find S inverse. S inverse equals to what? From here you write down 8 minus 3, 3 minus 2, 0 minus 1, minus 1, 0, 0, 1, 3, 2, 8, 3. Is it okay? Talk to me. Have you got it?
স্যার আরেকবার বুঝাবেন মানে
Where
এই লাস্টের স্টেপটা স্যার মানে নিলেন কিভাবে স্যার সিলেকশনটা
S inverse means what? Domain will be range, range will be domain.
ও
Minus 3, 8, it will be 8 minus 3. Minus 2, 3, it will be 3 minus 2. Minus 1, 0, it will be 0 minus 1. I mean, this will be interchanged. Okay?
yes sir
Now, going to question number 2 of 8-2. It is 2, now 2. You have to determine whether S is a function or not. S is a function? Talk to me.
No, sir.
Why?
Sir, first element is repeated.
Is there any repetition of the first element?
Sir, S inverse or S, sir?
I am telling for S.
Oh, sir. Then, sir, it's a function, sir.
You see, the first elements are not repeated. Write down. It is seen that in the relation S, there is no repetition of the first elements of the ordered pairs. Therefore, S is a function. Talk to me. Have you got it? Is this correct spelling? Hello, everybody.
yes sir
Is it wrong or correct? The spelling?
sir repetition
Repetition. From
sir
repeat, it is
after
repeat.
PE there will be an A
Are you sure?
yes sir
Okay. Can you please check out the dictionary or your mobile? All of you are required to find the correct spelling.
It's already correct.
Sorry?
It's already correct.
Yes, you are absolutely right. Everybody mistakes here, but it is a correct one. There will be no A. Even
sorry sir
it doesn't matter. I have seen too many people making this spelling mistake. Anyway, for this S inverse, write down. It is seen that in the relation S inverse, it is relation S. It is relation S, but here it is S inverse. Have you got it? In the relation S inverse, what should be our writing? There is repetition of the first elements. The first elements of the ordered pairs. Therefore, S inverse is not a function. I think by this time you all have come to know which one is function and which one is not a function, right? Here you see we have a repetition 8, here it is 8. It is 3, here it is 3. It is 0, here it is 0. So we have a repetition of the first elements in the ordered pair. Is it okay?
আচ্ছা
Now,
স্যার,
yes,
স্যার বলছেন স্যার এটা ফিক্স টাইম করে দিবেন স্যার, মানে আমাদের কোচিং এগুলোর জন্য স্যার।
Friday at
মানে এখন অলরেডি ফিক্স টাইম আছে, বাট আবার যদি আমরা একটা
you let me know.
স্যার একটা
Sir,
ফিক্স শিডিউল দিতে স্যার, তাহলে খুব
Sir,
আমি বেনিফিটেড হতাম।
স্যার আর একটা দিন
আর
বাড়ালে
একটা দিন
তো
বাড়ায়
ভালোই
দেন
তো,
স্যার,
সিলেবাস
ম্যাথ হচ্ছে না, আমাদের সিলেবাস শেষ হচ্ছে না।
স্যার একটা উইকে অ্যাটলিস্ট 3টা ক্লাস লাগে স্যার।
For now you see question number 3. Now question number 3. You have to find it is one-on relation or not. So what will you do? Okay. One-on relation. You see what I am going to do. Okay. It is S. It is A. Write down here A. It is B. Okay. Now you write down the first one. It is -3. Then -2, -1, 0, 1, 2, 3. Right? Talk to me. And here we are getting 8, 3, 0, -1. We won't write anything else. Talk to me, all of you.
ইয়েস স্যার।
So we are getting for -3 it is 8. For -2 it is 3. For -1 it is 0. For 0 it is -1, right? But you see here, for 1 again it is 0. For 1 it is 0. For 2 it is again 3. For 3 it is 8. Have you got me? Talk to me.
জি স্যার।
So is it one-on relation?
No, sir.
No,
No, sir.
no, it is not one-on. Because you see, for -3 and 3, we are getting 8. We are getting -3,8, 3,8. What is meant by this? We are not getting certain value of y, okay? They are different, it's okay. But we are getting same.
সেম বাই ভ্যালুস, ইয়েস স্যার।
But what I told for one-on relation, for a certain value of x, there will be a certain value of y. But we are getting a certain value of y for two different values of x, right? So it's not a one-on relation. Have you got me or not? By the way, one-on relation will be like this. But if you see anywhere, any line crossing other line, then it is not a one-on relation. You have seen, okay, some lines have crossed other line, okay? So it is not a one-on relation. So you write down S is not a one-one relation. Have you got it? Talk to me.
Yes, sir.
Now go for S inverse. In question number 1, we found S inverse. Can you remember, please go there. S inverse. Now I'm going to do the math of S inverse. Okay? So write down like this. S inverse. As usual, you write down A. This is B. For S inverse, what would be written? 8, 3, 0, minus 1. Go to S inverse. And here, minus 3, minus 2, minus 1, 0, 1, 2, 3. Can you remember, please, for S inverse? So we are getting for 8 minus 3, 3 minus 2, 0 minus 1, minus 1, 0. It is right. Okay? Please talk to me. Is it?
Yes, sir.
But we are getting something. I mean, there are some other values. Is it? There are some other values. They don't have any father, mother. You understand?
Yes, sir.
They don't have. So it is also not 1, 1. Please try to understand. We will not write any value, repetition value will not be written. Okay? So write down S inverse is not a 1, 1 relation. Okay, now all of you are required to do question number 5. You do it by yourself now. I want to see who can do. Oh, sorry, it was S inverse. At last it was S inverse. Okay, now question number 85. S equals to 2, 1, 2, 2, and 2, 3. Okay, do it. I will not যে পারবে পুরস্কার দিব। এটা ডোমেন বের করতে হবে। আজকের জন্য খোদা হাফেজ।